A year ago, this happened to that 18 car. He would have been upside down.
What a save. Two of them. Joe Gibbs is an interested onlooker as well at that one.
He just shaking his head. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Coach, not only is your hair a little gray, you're going to not have any when this is over with. Gosh.
Look how strong Newman is. He's been able to hold off Jeff Gordon. Wonder if Gordon is waiting. If he waits too long, Kyle Busch is going to come steaming up the outside and steal the lead from both of them.
You know what Gordon's like? He's like Clint Eastwood. How many more bullets I got left in this gun? Have I fired 5 times or have I fired 6? You never know about him.
Speaking of bullets, look at the 48 car there. He has been outside the top 20 most of this race. I think Chad Canals finally told him, Jimmy, it's time to go. You see him there right behind Michael Waltrip in the 55.
Larry, you did notice that the 18 just shot out front, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
4 wide.
I mean, there's nowhere to go back there. They're 4 wide by 4 by 4 by 4.
For heaven's sake. Where's that 20 car at?
Right there on the bottom.
He has fought his way back. I didn't think that car was hurt.
15 laps to go. Quapple to the outside of the 28. No help.
Look at this. I just want you to realize something, guys. They're doing 190 miles an hour.
The top 31 cars a second from each other.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Big one.
Was Bobby Labonte getting turned. Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart, the one, Martin Truex in it, and Jamie McMurray knocked down to the inside wall.
Yeah, but I can finish, I think. So we have to come in.
We were lucky we didn't have more cars that were involved in that.
Man. Stewart for the second time today, and Kurt Busch in the 2. Truex.
It's just so typical of this place. I mean, you go, and you just get too comfortable.
Okay, just take a look
and you
at
get careless.
Now, I think the first car I saw sideways was Bobby Labonte, but I believe there had to be contact.
Somebody straight.
And there's the back of Junior's car.
88's got trouble, but it doesn't look bad. That looks bad.
Yeah.
All right, now watch 43 on the right of your screen, Labonte. Let's see if that's where this starts.
There's Stewart on the end, going in there. They're starting to bang into each other. Oh,
Junior gets
Junior
and then gets
turned.
Bobby Labonte.
Nowhere for Truex to go. Nowhere for Jamie McMurray or Kurt Busch in the 2 to go.
It just gets too crowded right in here. I mean, you do 4 or 5 cars bouncing around there. Stewart's trying to, I think he was trying to force his way in between the 43 and the 88, and it just wasn't enough room.
I think Tony had contact there with Joe Nemechek in the 78 and Bobby Labonte and forward into Dale Jr.
Yeah, and you just get to bouncing around, and you can't do anything. You just got to. You see the 43 down below the yellow line, and Stewart gets into the 88.
The damage from on Dale Earnhardt Jr. came from Bobby Labonte's 43 car.
Boy, Jeff Burton made a great save, trying to hang on to the point lead here. Hard on the brakes and then drove through the middle of it.
This one outside there.
From Dale Jr.
2 inside there. That's 2 inside there. Keep digging, man. That's 20 you got in your bumper there. Big wreck behind you.
And let's watch
outside there. That's not your fault.
Let's watch from Denny Hamlin. Watch Jeff Burton in that 31.
Slow up. You're good. Go down. Go down low. Go down low. Go to the apron. You're clear to go back up. Go back up.
Casey Mears in the 5.
Good job there, Denny.
Hamlin and Burton did a great job of avoiding all this.
Great job of that spot.
There you go.
Now,
Watch coming up. Watch the kick.
This is Jamie Mack.
All right. Clear low. There you go. You got spun there. You got right in the middle of it. Had nowhere to go. Did you hit anything?
All right, Digger's turn.
I don't think Digger's going to like this. Gosh, poor old Digger. He's been there all day, just been watching the race.
But Darrell, you're right as far as Curtis Markham, Denny Hamlin's spotter. His voice never changed pitches. Just talked him right through
Talked him right through it. Great job.
You saw Tony Stewart had driven his car back to the garage and climbed out. Stewart came in here 7th in points. And repairs to the right quarter panel of Dale Jr.'s number 88. 13 laps to go in the Aaron's 499 at Talladega. We're far from over, folks, so stay with us. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. Cleaning up the 6th caution of the day, a 5-car crash down in turn number 1. And we hope to go green here in just about half a lap of caution. Kyle Busch out front of Juan Pablo Montoya and Ryan Newman. Let's go to the garage, Matt Yoakum.
You can hear they're using the Sawzall on the 20 car, what's left of it. Smoke, walk us through what happened with this incident.
I went to the second lane there and was there for a short amount of time, and I thought we were all right. And then the closer we got to turn 1, the smaller that hole got. So I was as close to Bobby as I could get right there, and it just the hole closed up. So that's what happens late in these races. If it was my fault, I'm sorry. I mean, by looking at the video, though, I don't feel like I did anything wrong, really.
A lot of aggressive driving out there, a lot of complaints on the radio about other people.
The majority of the day, we had a great day going. I mean, we were really in good shape with this Home Depot car till we had the right front go down, and then that got us in the back. And, as late as it is in the race, with 15 laps to go, you've got to sit there and do what you can to get those spots back.
Tony Stewart out of the race. We go green with 11 laps to go.
I totally agree with Tony, though. He didn't force it. He started in there and it closed up.
Right. Michael Waltrip took the restart in 6th place. That's David Stremme just ahead.
New group of players at the front of the field, guys.
Yes, sir.
A bunch of new guys up here that we haven't seen all day.
Here goes David Stremme in the 40 car, pushing Jeff Gordon in the 24, trying to push him up toward the front.
Gordon won last April from the pole, last October from 34th. He has led only 1 lap today.
Now just watch that 48 car. Jimmy Johnson jumped to the high side, pulled up behind Michael Waltrip in the 55, getting the push from our pole sitter, Joe Nemechek. And look at Paul Menard in the 15. He was spun out not that many laps ago. He's working his way back to the front.
Well, Kyle Busch came from a lap down, and Darrell, you're right. He came back. He leads this race.
Yeah, but
with
just
10
hang
to go.
on. Hold on to your hat. Here comes the 48 and the 55. They're going to do that 2-car thing, go right to the lead.
Kyle Busch coming up the racetrack, trying to block.
And Montoya, he took a peek to the inside. So Kyle Busch right now trying to figure out which one of those lines is going to move. It's going to be the outside line with Michael Waltrip.
Leading here, Darrell. There's no way to be 3-lane lane.
Right there. 42 to you. You're
going to have to line up and do it again. They got a run on him that time, and Michael couldn't stay there. Jimmy couldn't keep up.
Darrell, it's almost like
on the gap, 24-42.
They could do a better job when they were further away from him on the side.
Yeah, you get a huge side draft. The big sides on these cars are so flat, you just get a huge side draft.
Kyle Busch leads this race. Let's go to his pit, Steve.
Steve Eddington, you guys went down a lap after you missed the pits on lap 61. How have you gotten back to the front?
When the lead pack called us there, we had a strong enough race car to hang there with Tony and Denny, and caught the caution, got us back on the lead lap, and he was really smart and waited and patient to get back to the front.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you what, Michael and Jimmy John. Michael was down low, and Jimmy started out on the outside, and Michael drove right up in front of him. Jimmy really cut him a lot of slack. But here they come. Seems like he can just get that huge run off turn 4 with 2 cars.
Especially when you've got that much gap to the side of you. They'll be coming 8 to go this time.
What will Jeff Gordon do if his teammate Jimmy Johnson moves on past? Will he come up and pick up Johnson?
Look at that.
No, he stays in the low lane as Johnson pushes Waltrip into the lead.
Right to the lead.
8 to
Now
go.
the question is, you got to have a good car to stay there. 2 cars can get there, but you got to have a heck of a car to stay there. And look at that outside line again.
Caution. The yellow flag waves for the 7th time today. Bobby Labonte,
who was involved in that last crash. You would tend to believe that there were still problems on that race car. Looks like right there, the right rear tire is down.
Yeah, he's probably rubbed a hole in it. A lot of damage around the right rear.
Now, how they will reline these cars is not exactly at the moment of caution. They go back to the last scoring loop when the caution came out, so it could vary from where they were when the caution came out.
And I really think if you're Michael or even Jimmy Johnson, this is not good news to get a caution now.
especially not for Michael Waltrip, because look at the last restart, Darrell, where Denny Hamlin jumped out of the head of the pack, was a sitting duck, lost the lead in the back straightaway. This will be a single file restart because we're under 10 laps to go, and also there will be no free pass.
Single file restarts are tough from anybody on about 10th on back because you restart so far behind the lead cars when you're single file.
7 to go now, so we'll probably get the restart with 5 laps to go. And Darrell, for anybody in that top 10, that's plenty of time here.
Oh yeah, right now you got to figure out who is going to help me win this race. There's no way that you can win this race without help. You got to have a helper.
Michael Waltrip has 4 Sprint Cup wins. They have all come in restrictor plate races, driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, 3 at Daytona, and here in October 2003.
And Mike, to follow up on what Darrell just said, it's picking the right helper. Remember, that was one of our keys to the race. And to answer your question, I think now, with as many good cars as we got up there, your helper, your partner, has nothing to do with manufacturer, has nothing to do with teammates.
Let me put it to you like this. You're up there, you say, does anybody want to run second? That's what you're looking for. Somebody that's willing to run second.
I concur.
I think the wild card in this front 5 may well be Juan Pablo Montoya running in 4th. Krista's in his pit.
That's right, Mike. I am with the Wild Cards crew chief. Jimmy Yellis, your first race with this team. Things are going pretty well so far. How do you think these last few laps are going to play out?
Yeah, things are going great. You know, really proud to be a part of this Wrigley's Juice Fruit team, and I don't know, you know, it's like you work all day to get in this position and hope that, you know, it works out. I mean, there's still a lot of racing left to do in these 5 laps we're going to have. So, I don't know. I think I feel pretty good about where we're at right now. I think that, I don't know, worry about that 24, though. He's always pretty good at it. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've had a great day no matter what, and see if we can get the best finish we can.
Right before this interview, Jimmy looked at me and said, it's about to get exciting.